and around. English Radio Worldwide Online.
On the line, we have Karmele, who is the program director for the International Animal Rescue in Indonesia. Welcome, Karmele.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. We understand that you are very, very busy. We were wondering.
That is very true.
We were wondering if you could tell our teen listeners a little bit about the orangutan, what they're like, if you can develop a relationship with them.
Yeah. So I think the best way how to define the orangutan is the man of the forest.
Man of the forest.
Very much. It's very much like a human that lives in the forest. They are wild animals. There is also a difference between us, who live in the cities, and orangutans live in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they are very similar to us, especially the small orphaned infants that we work with, because we have to rescue them when they lose their forest and they lose their mothers.
Yes.
And we have to take care of them. And these small infants are very similar to our children as well.
So they're like babies.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they are still wild animals, and they have been born in the wild, and they are supposed to be in the wild.
Yes.
And they shouldn't be surrounded by us. But yeah, I mean, whether we can develop a relationship with them is, we develop relationships with our dogs or with our cats and, animals that live who live around us. Well, for us, it's the same thing. We live surrounded by orangutans, and sometimes we can create strong bonds with them.
In the wild, how do they live when they're living in their natural habitat?
Orangutans especially like to be on the top of the trees. They hardly ever come down to the ground. They feel safe up in the trees. They mostly eat fruits and leaves and insects. They are very agile, and they look like trapezist. Yeah, they are very, very good in how they move through the canopy in the forest.
They're fast, then.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And when you rescue them, how do they live? How is it different from when they're living in their natural habitat?
So we sometimes have to rescue these orangutans from cages. They are put in cages. They are chained up, sometimes just chained up to the front of the house, and
they chain them and put them in cages?
Yes.
Oh,
this is, how very often we have to rescue these orangutans because when they lose their forest and they lose their mothers, sometimes these small infants, the babies, are taken by people and they are sold in the black market and they are kept as pets. But they are kept as pets, but they are still wild animals, so for them to keep them and to avoid that they might maybe attack humans, then they just put them on a chain and sometimes spend their whole life chained up.
That's so sad. Karmele, how did you personally get involved with orangutan rescue and preservation?
It was a long time ago when I finished my university studies, and I studied to be a vet. And I always wanted to work with wildlife, and I came to Indonesia to work as a vet, volunteering in rescue centers. And then that was 12 years ago.
Yes. 12 years.
And I came here just temporary to help out, but then I think I got impulsed, and I think it was difficult for me to turn my eyes away to this problem and to all the welfare problems these animals are suffering now. and I decided to try to do something about it and to help out. And that's the reason why I stayed for so long.
It sounds like you're doing an awful lot of good then.
Well, we try.
What is your favorite part about working with the International Animal Rescue?
Well, I think the best part is when we can rescue an animal that is being chained up for his or her whole life, and we can then, after a process of rehabilitation and a lot of intensive care and a lot of dedicated work, then we can at some point release these animals back into the wild. And I think that is the most beautiful part of the job that we do, that we can give these animals the freedom back.
That giving them their freedom back, that's so important. It sounds like some of them never knew freedom, and you're giving them freedom for the first time.
Exactly, I think it's really beautiful.
Well, here at Helen Daron, we're very concerned with the plight of the orangutans and restoring the rainforests. What would you like to tell the children and teens all over the world who have participated in or who are going to participate in the Hello My World campaign?
Well, I think my message will be to say that we are the last generations of people that we can actually do something to protect and to save the orangutans. That maybe our next generations won't have this opportunity anymore because how the situation is, the plight of the orangutan is getting worse, and soon maybe it will be too late. But now we still have hope. And we know that if we work really hard, we can save them from extinction.
Yes.
And my message is there is still something we can do, and we should do it now. So, everybody should participate.
Thank you very much. That's a very important message.
Thank you.
Okay, Karmele, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure for me to speak to you.
Thank you very much.
Helen Daron, English Radio.